I have driven on many roads around the United States. I've been cut off, yelled at, honked at, and threatened, and given rude gestures from other drivers on the road. These people drove aggressive and were angry during heavy times of congestion. Road rage is a violent behavior behind a steering wheel in a vehicle while on the road. So look and focus up here on the board. As you can see, we have faces of road rage. You can see individuals who just don't care and just ready to just keep on moving. But I'm sure it will take some way to go in and trigger that, and someone will definitely go off. You can see that there are frustrated drivers. You can see even that they have hungry drivers trying to rip off their steering wheel. Again, not all that necessary, but you can tell that individual is angry. All frustrated, trying to go ahead and race one another side by side on a vehicle that can also be used as a weapon. All right, your mode of transportation, consider it can be a weapon. You can see what they can figure out what they say to each other. Staying in your lane. Do you know what a blinker is? You have individuals trying to change lane, cutting you off, or not even utilizing it at all because they're busy doing other things. Could be eating, messing around with the radio, who knows, okay? So, these are the effects, all right? The results of road rage. You got types that are the brawlers, going ahead and, demonstrate some martial arts on the road, okay? You have the individuals that like to go ahead and change lanes, the lane mergers, trying to go ahead and fit two vehicles on one lane. You also have the screamer, even knowing, hey, that the window is up there, and they just constantly just keep on going off. Okay, so I don't know, what does it take? You definitely do not want to go ahead and probably deal with someone with a gun, because when it comes to that, one of two things will happen. Maybe just the intent to scare you off, or probably just kill you. Injuring you real bad, and you're just going to continue to feel the pain for a couple of weeks or months, right? And you have the guy that does the hand and arm signals, as you can see how proficient he is, right? Or the tactical parking, okay? Right, as you can see here on the very bottom, but that's possible accidents. Chances are, hey, it may come to that. All right, here you have this presentation on eliminating road rage on the streets, all right? By the end of my speech, the audience will believe that road rage can ruin people's lives, all right? Lives can be saved if we understand the individuals that are on the road. What type of drivers are there, Understanding those individuals can help us eliminate, okay? Because it probably starts with us, okay? So, as we move on over here, you can identify the patient driver. This patient driver is probably the one that, would do the right things. Uses her seatbelt, the basic traffic signs. All right, you have also using turn signals correctly. All right, and they do come standard with every vehicle. But then, why do people not use them? Okay, I don't know. Back then, everyone understood that driving was a privilege. Okay, now these days, I guess they just give it to anyone. All right, right of way is you need to know what the right of way is. Just because you utilize your blinking lights doesn't, and that's good that you do, but take into consideration situational awareness, okay? Because with that, hey, look, like the right of way. Remember, you do not have the right of way just by turning on your signals on left or right, okay? Because from a patient driver, that's being that one individual out there, and there's also the aggressive driver. And you also, being the patient driver, can transition into the aggressive driver. With this individual, we can learn a lot about ourselves, okay? Because if you think you're not this person, okay, you're lying to yourself, okay? What do we need to know? Okay, road rage, all right, and aggressive driving. You can see these guys are trying to race. They're probably on one lane right now, and they're going to cause harm to individuals around them, okay? If it just happens to both of them, well, hopefully then they'll learn a lesson. Okay, as the aggressive driver, okay, it allows you to conduct martial arts demonstrations on the road. As you can see, having also focus on the brawlers. Okay, someone here will win, someone else will fall. Okay, what that turns out is someone is definitely going to be injured. Now, moving right along as the aggressive driver, all right, you being the patient individual, you can become that violent person. Okay, So having to identify road rage. What is road rage? Right? Road rage is violent behavior behind that steering wheel, all right, in a vehicle. And that vehicle can be a very, a weapon, okay? All right, and last, what you can see here is the aggressive driver, makes this guy happy right here because, hey, look, if you don't live through it, it's definitely going to take lives, okay? Some truths about road rage, okay? What happens to us? What happens, what do we go through, all right? Face red, pupils dilate, right? But we need to find a way to go ahead and control that, okay? So the statistics, as you can see here, about the truth on road rage, is you can capture it here on the bottom portion of this PowerPoint slide. I've got this from the Washington Post that you can look at, okay? So when you go out there and start driving, it's good that you're enjoying yourself, okay? But when congestion happens and conditions on the road changes, you need to find a way on how that road rage can be controlled so we can eliminate it from the roads, okay, from the streets, okay? Controlling your anger before it controls you. All right, I got this on the library website on our blackboard, okay? Let's see, control your anger before it controls you. Be aware of the danger point, okay? You got to find out what your danger point is, because when you get to it and you don't understand is, guess what, all right? You can hurt somebody out there. If not that, you can become hurt. Okay? If you don't care about your life, well, guess what? Somebody might care for you, and they're going to have to go ahead and deal with that pain. Okay? All right, cool down strategies. There are steps out there that you can go ahead and dig up when you open up this book here. All right, controls your anger before you control it. Again, you can look it up on our library website. Okay? Practice control. What can you do to go ahead and mitigate, hey, look, what type of emotions that you deal with out there? Because any day, can always be a perfect day, but it's just that little trigger to go ahead and change your mind. Taming your temper. Only you know what type of temper you have, all right? Others maybe have told you before, but you can improve that. I guarantee you that, okay? When you've identified that temper, all right, find a way to take action. You can count backwards, okay? You can think of something pleasant, play some good music. I don't know what considers good music, all right? If you're talking about like some heavy metal, head smashing stuff, all right? Those are the things that's not going to go ahead and calm your pulse down. So that's what you need to take into consideration, all right? Taming your temper, taking action, okay? Again, road conditions will never change. You know what it is like in your local areas, okay? All right, how or where to report. How do you report it? What can you do? All right? We can eliminate it. How do you report it? Okay? You can call 911. Okay? Where to report it? You can go to a police station. You can go to a fire department. All right? Somewhere where they have people around of authority so that if someone is following you, all right, you can go ahead and put yourself in a safe location. And hopefully you're not being followed when you take off. All right? Because some of those individuals will not stop. But if you're the individual having to go through road rage, again, go back through the steps, all right? Having to go ahead and control that temper. All right, in closing, all right, situational awareness. Know your surroundings. Know what the conditions are, all right? Put yourself in a safe location. Again, it's very difficult, okay? I'm in the Army, I got it, all right? Hey, when I was out there in those situations in combat, it's different. But here, this becomes our battlefield. Okay, and there's a lot of dangers around us. Situational awareness will definitely, get your senses, right? Know what's going on around you. Control your emotions, knowing your temper, your anger. What can you do to go ahead and balance that and get you back to a situation to where you're like, hey, look, find out, if that thing happens in 5 years from now, do you think that's going to bother you? If not, well, then drop it. Drop it, okay? Have classes biannually. What I mean by that is, in any organization, any corporation, all right, in a where you work at, even in the military, we do it, right? Try to go ahead and educate your personnel biannually, twice a year, all right? I guarantee it'll be eliminated, okay? When it comes to a weekend or a long weekend, give the opportunity to go ahead and provide a safety brief to your employees, all right? And have road rage as one of those topics, okay? All right, some references that you can look at to where I got this, right? On the internet, of course, to look up the definition of road rage. Okay, I've got road rage is getting uglier, angrier, and a lot more deadly. These are the sites that you can look up. Control your anger before it controls you. All right, this is what I've got so far. Be safe on the road.